All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Well, the Eagles are out there celebrating Hotel California, 45 years of Hotel California, with these big, expensive concerts where you either have to have a very large bank account, maybe a 401k you can cash out, or you need to be connected somehow with someone. Plus, you need your QR code. So if you're not down with that, you probably need some kind of fake paperwork to get you into the show. Because again, the Eagles are very much pro the thing. At least they tell everybody that. I wonder how many of the band members actually did the thing, but we won't know that information. And by the way, we shouldn't. That stuff used to be private information. Now everybody wants to know everything about their neighbor when it comes to their choices that they make in life. And I'm not going to go down that road because I'll ruin this video. I want to talk about Don Felder. How do you celebrate Hotel California with a full orchestra without Don Felder? I mean, Vince Gill wasn't there. Okay. I'm sure Vince Gill lived through it and probably loved the album, but he wasn't there for that. And then the guitarist was Stuart Smith. He wasn't in the band. Okay. Joe Walsh was there. Tim Schmidt wasn't there either. He would come along later when Randy Meisner hit the road. And yes, I'm sure Tim was doing a lot of the live music with the band right after that. So I'm sure he got very familiar with those songs very quickly, but yeah, he didn't contribute to that album. And look, Felder wrote something special. And I've said this from the beginning, that because he wrote something so extraordinary, meaning the music, that he should be grandfathered in to the entire process. It's kind of like somebody who strikes oil. All right. He struck oil or gold, well, however you want to look at it. And, because of even just that one instance, again, he did write the music to Victim of Love, which, remember, the Eagles wanted to rock out. And Life in the Fast Lane, that's Joe's song. But I think, again, Felder makes it better. But if you want to rock out, Victim of Love, Hotel California, Life in the Fast Lane, right? The rest of it, as Don Henley likes to say, is smarmy cocktail music. I'm just kidding. No, but it's laid back. It's mellower. Glenn's contribution, Joe's contribution, very mellow. Randy, same thing. Henley comes around again to finish things off. And it's an epic, couple of songs, Wasted Time. All of them are epic songs, but they're not exactly, high-powered rock songs. So Felder basically says, okay, my job is to write something that rocks out. One of these nights, all the guitar work rocked out, so the job was to do what the boss said, and Felder delivered. Now, because of, the lack of appreciation or understanding for that moment, because the band is living off of that moment, they're touring because of that moment, you would say, okay, why don't we have this guy back? All right. He seems kind of repentant. It's been a long time. It's been like 20 years. Let's make this tour really special. Nope. Not even thinking about it. I haven't heard anybody other than yours truly say, why not have Felder back? Life is short. I say that a lot about rock stars. And Kevin Cronin just turned 70 years old, lead vocalist from REO Speedwagon. That seems incomprehensible to me. But again, life is short, and you'd think these guys would come to terms with their mortality, with their place in rock history. You would think, hey, maybe we've boxed Felder out enough. And yeah, he wrote that book, which is in the shot here. And it's a great book. And I think the book is true because no one ever wrote anything to rebut the book, because you would think Henley would want to do that, or Glenn Fry when he was alive, he would want to say, no, that didn't happen. They did do the documentary, and a lot of the documentary, like the one Chicago did, it's guilt by omission. It's not, it focuses on certain things. And then by the end of the movie, you basically blame Don Felder for all of their problems. If Felder could have just, it's the same thing, what's going on in society right now. If you would just do the thing, Don, just get on board, Don. Joe Walsh, just sign the contract, Don. No, I wrote this super historic song, and my legacy in this band, and this band, to some degree, their identity is tied into that one song, even though their body of work is huge. But everybody, when they think the Eagles, first thing they're going to think of is Hotel California. They're not going to say, oh yeah, Heartache Tonight, great song, #1 song. But again, it's like Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, Journey, Don't Stop Believing. I mean, this was like landing on the moon, right? For the Eagles, like they had made it. This was a big deal. And to kind of ignore that and then go out and do this tour, we're celebrating, 45 years of Hotel California, full orchestra. How about nix the orchestra, right? You got to pay all those people. That's got to be expensive. And I know the Eagles are about, profit margin, Irving Azoff. You could pay Felder half of what he deserves. He would be out there, because I'm sure he would, jump at the opportunity to be back with the band. You wouldn't need the orchestra because you'd have Felder. That's how much I think people would just say, who cares about the orchestra? I'd rather see Don Felder back with the Eagles. Where can I buy my $500 tickets, right? Sign me up for $20 beers. And yeah, I'll even do the thing. I won't, but I'm sure a lot of people would get their QR code ready, or at least try to find, a fake QR code that they could, it's like breaking into the concert. People will do stuff like that to see an event like Don Felder returns to the Eagles. And look, Don Henley, I get it. You don't want to see this guy. Joe Walsh, I guess, hasn't spoken to him for like 20 years, which seems just incomprehensible. But, you can just be on stage, do the rehearsals. You're dealing with Don Felder here. I'm sure he's going to come prepared, right? So in any event, I just kind of lament that these guys didn't patch things up. This was a band, though, that was always on the verge of breaking up, much like Fleetwood Mac. Who knows? Do they all get along really well right now? It depends. You make Joe Walsh a full partner, which I think they did, finally. I don't know if they did the same for Tim Schmidt, but, if everybody's making a good bunch of money from this tour, then obviously, you can overlook some of the ego and some of the difficult working conditions. But Don Felder, Stuart Smith, I don't know. I think they would chant out Felder. They wouldn't be chanting Stuart Smith. According to Don Henley, at the end of the shows, people are just like bowing. Stuart Smith. Nah, I don't. Maybe they did it once or twice. I don't know. The point being is Felder would have been a nice story to cover. Would have been a great story to cover, but instead we're not going to cover that story because it doesn't exist. Again, thanks for watching the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell if you want notifications on new videos. And yes, Patreon for $1 a month. A lot of new patrons coming over because of my radioactive content in recent months, but we'll keep doing that too, because there's a lot of material. There's every single day someone says something ridiculous, so I have to call them out. All right, talk soon.